Hi, my name's Daniel Hughes, and this video is going to be about the 5 most interesting things I learned in geology. Here's a picture of me a couple years in front of one of the more famous geological processes, especially here in Arizona. So the first thing is that I was really fascinated by was the formation of igneous rocks. I spend a lot of time rock climbing, so it was really kind of amazing to me to learn about how these, giant granite boulders that I've spent so much time on were formed from cooling magma over millions of years, and how, the crystals that I've cut my fingers up on slowly form over that time, and that process that brings them up to the surface, the erosion of the land around them to just deposited them there like this was really very fascinating to me. And then we learned about oceanic trenches, which I always knew there were trenches in the ocean, but I never thought about how they formed, or even that there was a process. So it was really cool to learn about how the oceanic crust, when it collides with the continental crust and it's subducted under, and the continental crust is being compacted and pressed up as it's being driven in, you get these deep trenches here. So that was pretty cool. And then kind of this is one I think most people are aware of. You see this all the time, especially driving around out here in the West. Um, so it's not like I wasn't aware that these are deposited layers of sediment over time, and the layer on the bottom's younger than the one on the top, and that geologists were aware of that and used it to date stuff. But it was really kind of still interesting to learn that as a name, the law of original horizontality, which kind of leads to all the other processes we learned about in the laws, and that I thought was just really fascinating, is kind of the different ideas that go into figuring out the relative age of the rocks and the processes that went into forming them. It's almost like a kind of a detective puzzle. So that was really interesting. And then finally, learning about landslides. I must have wasted uh, 2-3 hours one day just watching landslide videos on YouTube. It's just was so cool. You think of the Earth as just like solid substance. To watch it like flow like water was just incredibly interesting, and to learn about what goes into you know the processes that make that actually occur was super fascinating. So in conclusion, I've always been someone who's gone out in the world and appreciated its beauty, but now that I think I have a more understanding of the processes and just the magnitude of the time scale that goes into making the landscape as beautiful as it is just going to make me appreciate it and marvel at it even more. So here's my sources, and thank you very much.